Hey Hofstra fans, it's time once again for the WB Mason Coaches Report. I'm Rob Joyce, joined as always by the head coach of Hofstra softball, Bill Edwards. Coach, no games over the weekend because of rain, but other than that, how are you?
Doing all right.
Last week you had the series against Towson rained out. Before that you had a doubleheader against Rutgers. You win in a run roll of Game 1. You fall in Game 2. What do you remember from those two games?
Inconsistent performance. We have to start being more consistent from the first game to the second game. Every time that we don't perform as well as we should, it comes down to somebody missing a sign or missing a key hit or not making the key pitch at the time or somebody making an error at the wrong time. It seems to be something that's been taking place quite often.
In terms of Game 1, Morgan goes the complete game, although it was 5 innings. Didn't strike out anybody, though, so is it good that when she doesn't have her strikeout stuff in a given day that she can still perform? Because she's had games where she's striking out 8, 9, 10 people.
Yeah, and a lot of that depends on whether or not she has command of her changeup and whether or not she has command of all of her pitches. She has good stuff. She has good stuff that'll keep the ball in the ballpark, which allows us to play defense. And for her to be effective, her stuff is good enough to get the routine ball being hit for the routine out. And if we can, continue to have her do that, then we'll be okay.
And you get a couple of freshmen in the field. We'll start with Lacey Clark getting a chance to play. She's been hitting in the lineup, but what did you think of her in the field?
Played well. Played very well. We have to start getting some of our younger players into the lineup to find out exactly what they can do. We got up to such a hot start early that I didn't want to break up the lineup or the momentum that we had early in the year. And now that we're sort of searching again for the identity of this team, we're going to start to give some of the younger players an opportunity.
Another one, Michaela Trainor, gets to start at second base in one of the games and also made an appearance in the other. What have you seen from her in her time?
Both Michaela and Lacey have tremendous upside potential, and it's a matter of getting them the experience to play, and we're going to start to do that. And hopefully, with experience will come success. So we just have to give them the opportunity to perform.
In terms of the Rainout Weekend, is it frustrating that after the tough weekend at JMU, you have to wait now 2 weeks to get another CAA series in, and you have to go down there and nothing you can really do about it?
The frustration is amazing, not only from the coaching staff, but from the players. We thought maybe with yesterday's weather that we were going to lose 3 games this week. But we're going to go to Fordham today and play a little bit. We have a doubleheader tomorrow against Delaware State, and then hopefully with the 3 games this week, we'll start to get ready for Wilmington on the weekend. Have
you liked how the team has responded since JMU? Then you have the Rutgers. Then you have a whole weekend of not really doing a whole lot.
Got to play games. Our sport is a sport that you have to play games. Other sports, you prepare for the week to play the 1 game. We got to play games to prepare for the conference, and that's something that we've really been missing, is getting on that game roll. You can only practice so much, and then practice gets boring. You get over it, and let's get into situations now that are meaningful. And hopefully this week we can start to play some games. Today against Fordham, and then we'll see what happens on the weekend.
As the scheduled home game becomes an away game, you go to Fordham today. What do you know about the Rams?
Good ball club. Played a very, very tough, early season schedule. Played some of the top teams in the country. They got power through the lineup. They have a little bit of speed sprinkled in here and there. They have decent pitching. Decent pitching meaning consistent pitching, and pitching a lot like ours, which is keeping the ball in the ballpark. They have to make the plays. They're very similar to what we are, so it'll be playing like a mirror Hofstra.
And then tomorrow, Delaware State. But then this weekend, you have a home series in the conference against UNCW, a team that from last year, their offensive numbers are way, way up. This is a pretty improved Seahawks team, it seems.
A lot of new players, a lot of new faces, a lot of enthusiasm coming from the coaching staff there. It's a whole different team than what we're used to seeing in the past.
How important is it to be able to get back to 500 in the conference now?
We just got to play our game and then see what happens. Winning now becomes pretty important, and usually we don't talk about winning, we talk about the effort that it takes to win. But right now, it's all about winning.
And how do you get some of the bats going? A lot of staples in your lineup, either mini slumps or been season-long slumps or not driving in runs. Is that a trend, or is that just something that you're not getting the key bounce here or there?
Hopefully, it is just something that runs its course during the season. You're going to have highs and lows during the season. Came out on fire, played really well, got the key hit, and then we sort of slacked, off a little bit where we didn't get the key hit in a couple of key games. So sort of a high and a low, and what we need to do is to even out the season, play some more games, and to find out exactly where we are.
Hopefully 6 more games this week if all goes well. Coach, good luck.
Thank you.
Hofstra takes on Fordham on the road, Delaware State tomorrow, and also UNCW at home this weekend. You can listen to the home games on GoHofstra.com. I'm Rob Joyce. Thanks, Hofstra fans, for tuning in to the WB Mason Coaches Report with Bill.